Pocho, you're lame, dog. Quit saying my name, dog. You thirsty getting clout. You get no views on your podcast anyways, dog. Stop capping, my boy. Yeah, you reached out. You talk good about me. I never did an interview with you, my boy. You wanted to go on live. I never did, because why? I know what it is. You're making a narrative that's never going to happen. Dog, there's too much bloodshed, too much bullshit going on. Prison is prison. The streets is the streets.
All right, look, check this out. You guys know I dropped this video a day ago, right? Rest in peace, OG Big Wicked.
Real quick, what it do, what it is, what it was. This is your boy, Pocho of the Chicano podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications and support a real one in the field. What are we talking about today, man? Another tragic story. Rest in peace, OG Wicked from Alley Boys in Santana, I think, or Orange County. Probably, I could probably get that wrong. So, at least Orange County. My bad. Shout out to the Alley Boys of Orange County. Anyway, man, OG Big Wicked was a Chicano rapper, OG Chicano rapper. You know what I mean? Did his thing. Basically, bro, Wicked was a super popular Chicano rapper back in the day. I heard even in MySpace days. I didn't really watch him too much, but once I started podcasting, I did think his story was important. I remember talking to Cholo Juan and asked him, hey, how should I go about this? Because I don't really consider myself like a gangster like that. You know, I was in a gang when I was younger, but then I changed my life, and I've been friends with Southsiders for many years now. And he's just like, oh, just tell him that you're an active norteño, you know, just to make sure. And I told him that, and I was like, and then he's like, oh, I don't know if they'd probably be good for us to do an interview then, because he was still in his life. And I remember thinking, like, why did I tell him that I was an active norteño? That's not what I meant. I meant that I was in a gang. Later on, we would talk more, and we would decide to eventually do an interview, but we never got to it, man. So it is what it is, but we always stayed friends, followed each other, supported each other. But he just thought that if I was still in the streets and he was still in the streets doing an interview together would be bad. And I remember talking to him while I was at Trader Joe's, bro. And I was like, my bad, I didn't mean to say active. I mean to say that at one time I was in a gang. I didn't want to surprise you with that, because a lot of times I'd interview fools and have the Welga Bird in the back, and later on they'd be like, Dad, boy, I didn't know. I'm like, bro, that's just my culture, dog. I'm not, you know, there's like this thing called culturally Catholic, and there's the same thing about Northerners. Once we like calm down, we still have our culture, you know, we're still proud of who we are, man. But anyway, the sad thing to say is that this vato passed away, he got whacked out, him and his homeboy, and one guy from Los Angeles survived, sadly. So 3 people were shot, 2 passed away, and another rapper gone too early, bro. He had kids, he had a family, you know, good looking dude. Definitely could get girls, but this is a tragic story of being in the streets for too long, you know, and staying in the streets when it's not time for that anymore, you know. And you know, it just made me sad to see, you know, basically also like even the lady that like when you pass away, how people will talk about you, bro. And here, listen to this chismosa.
I was cleaning my kitchen and I heard like 10 gunshots. I think 2 of them unfortunately passed away out of the 3. Here I am, chismosa.
So yeah, this lady, man, just sad that she just comes out like it's no big deal, bro. It just shows you how desensitized our people are, like saying, oh, chismosa, here's victim number 1. Unfortunately, 2 of them passed away. Pray for them. But it's like, dude, man, it's so sad. And then she's like, in Spanish, I'm recording, you know, and somebody's saying like, why are you recording, bro? It just shows how disgusting our people are, bro. Our people are some of those disgusting human beings I've ever seen, dog. And it's really sad, dude. The dude had talent. He was a great dude. He was one of them guys that like, he knew what's up though. He was like supportive, you know. He wasn't trying to get at people. He did get at Blue Devil. Blue Devil made a video about him and didn't hate on him, which was pretty supportive of him. Make sure there is a GoFundMe. Go look it up. You know what I mean? If you can't find it, go to Hoodstocks. It's on Lucky's page. You know, we want to support the family. But the vato, man, let me know in the comments what you guys think about the homie passing away. You know what I mean? And you know, and what can we do as rappers and podcasts? Is it still safe to be out here? You know what I mean? Let's see if this has anything.
For those of you that don't know about it, 2 killed, 1 injured in Santa Ana shooting. There was 2 people that were killed and a 3rd was injured in a shooting in Santa Ana. Police are still searching for the suspects. I just wanted to bring this to you guys' attention. OGB.
Oh, and they also said that they might have went live you know, where they're still in their neighborhood and kicking it, and so in the background you could see things, you know what I mean? And that's the sad part, is that you don't want to ever go live, you know, in your neighborhood, and you know, because sad to say, bro, a lot of people are watching you, especially your haters are your biggest fans.
Big Wicked and that vato that he was killed with, somebody stopped by and they did a little candlelight vigil for the homie.
And shout out to all the people that did the candlelight vigil for the homie.
This is it right here. Marlon Jaime Castillo was a 46-year-old who was killed. Marlon Jaime Castillo was a 46-year-old who was killed in a shooting in S.A., Santana, on April 19, 2026. Like 2 days ago. It's April 22nd right now. The incident occurred around 9 p.m. near the intersection of Borchard Avenue and Shelter. And this is a rumor that's going around right now.
This is a rumor. Remember, it's a rumor that's going around.
So
that
in my other video, I
IG.
pinpointed the fact that OG Big Wicked had went live, right? Well, when he was on that live stream, this fool was showing off all the landmarks in the background. You guys know the popular spots in your city where you guys are from, if your city's active, if there's, you know, just a bunch of crazy shit happening, right? Active gang members, active everything. He showed off landmarks that his enemies know exactly where they're at. So when they seen this fool on live, the enemies saw the locations. You don't give a fuck about nothing. They earned their stripes. Streets don't play. They don't give a fuck how old you are. But like I said, that's the rumor. They recognize that block, IG, and say, I'm gonna go pull up and smoke this fool.
Anyway, people, yeah, man, it's just a tragedy. OG Wicked, let me know if you guys bumped his music, if you liked him, if you think that we got to stop using social media if we're still in the streets. I've been trying to tell gangsters, bro, do not get on the internet, do not get a persona if you're still going to be in the streets. If you're going to be a rapper, this is my last thought, if you're going to be a rapper, bro, you got to stop the street life. You can't be both, you know what I mean? You can't be gangbanging in the streets like me. If I was gangbanging in the streets and then becoming a photographer and then going around taking pictures at quinceañeras where fools could be at, you know what I mean? Even as somebody that was just a street gangster, I still had to deal with a little bit of that. But if you can believe it, that even as a street gangster, they would still, you know, but if, you know, here and there, but mostly, bro, if it's crazy, if you can believe it, Southsiders hire me. I had somebody from my direct ops of my gangs, but I've been gone for like, you know, from that lifestyle for like 20 years. But somebody from my direct ops, you know what I mean, hired me, my security company, to do his daughter's quinceañera, bro. So it just shows you, bro, business is powerful than anything. And if you can survive, and you'll thrive. But if you stay in that mentality, my whole podcast is about taking you guys out of this gangster mentality that destroys us and taking you, evolving you into a small business owner. And yeah, I talk ish and make fun of you guys and joke, but it's all in fun. It's like your Theo making fun of you, but he wants you to do better. It's not like trying to end you. I don't try to cancel people. I don't try to expose people. Everything I do is more with a joke, bro. You guys just don't see it. But let me know, bro. OG Wicked, man. Another one bites the dust. Sad to say. Shout out to him, his life, his family, you know. And I'm making this video just to honor him. He was a solid dude. He wouldn't do an interview with me because he thought I was active. And once we started talking more, he was open to it. We're going to get him at the food community, but you know how that goes. Anyway, now we'll never get to do any of those things. And he's part of a long list of vatos that went too early, you know. And we just got to figure out why we hate each other so much and why we destroy each other so much when other people, bigger enemies, are destroying us. Wow. And they don't even need to because we do it ourselves. This is your boy Porcho One of the Chicano podcast. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications, and support a real one in the field. Rest in peace to OG Wicked. Alley Boys. Orange County, Southern California. A real one. Regardless, he was a gangster. He went out like a gangster. You know, he went out doing what he loves, being a gangster. So in the end, it's an honorable, you know. So I don't know, man. I just hope that one day we can all do better, so we don't have to make these videos or have these stories. This is your boy Porcho One, and I'm out.